Alright, guys. Alright. It should be streaming, but I'm just checking to see if everything's okay. If the sound is alright. See if everything's okay. Alright, sounds like it's streaming. Alright. So, let's take a look quickly here at Bible verse. Start with dailyverses.net. Verse of the day, start with God. It says, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers." Psalm 1:1. Alright, let's start with Twitter coverage. Alright, so I'm going to be covering what's happening with Hurricane Ian. Let's take a look quickly here at Tropical Tidbits so you guys have a satellite image of Hurricane Ian. And the storm is pretty much right at the edge of entering and making landfall to Naples and that western region of Florida. As you see, the tip of the eye is going over the edge. They're gonna eventually declare it landfall. But pretty much the whole western side of Florida, it's already reaching all the way to the east side as well. You can see the eastern side here of Florida covered by the storm. This storm has been intense. A lot of adventurous stuff has happened with Reed Timmer and his car and all this stuff. So I'm going to cover all of that on the Twitter post as I go through the tweets that I went through. This is pretty much not a live coverage of me personally being there because I am not there. I'm in North Carolina. But I'm covering through Twitter all the posts I can and sharing it on my Twitter page. So make sure you follow Space River News 2 on Twitter. Alright, let's take a look now that we see where the hurricane is via Tropical Tidbits satellite image. Let's take a look at the Twitter feed and see the surprises we get. Alright, we get from Siu. Radar data from the Tampa radar indicates Hurricane Ian is now making landfall one of the barrier islands off the coast near Cape Coral. Extremely dangerous condition will continue across the area for the next several hours. Let's take a look at their images. Look at that. See? Boom. Cape Coral. Right there between Port Charlotte, Fort Myers, Cape Coral. So the landfall could be indicated there in that region. Alright. Let's take a look at the next tweet. It says, "We're just moments away from official landfall in Hurricane Ian. Landfall is imminent." Alright, guys. And we have, looks like Ian is making landfall near Fort Myers. Alright, Hurricane Ian made landfall near Captiva Island. Maximum sustained winds were 155 miles an hour, just shy of Category 5 status. A second landfall will be possible over the weekend after Ian traverses Florida and takes a turn towards Georgia and South Carolina. And then we have from Chris Hall, y'all. Let's take a look at his video. Alright, guys, so you saw how intense it is over there in that western region of Florida. The winds are howling, the palm trees are swaying. It's really intense. It says almost 40,000 people watching our YouTube live for Severe Studios. Make sure you guys check Severe Studios out. Alright, also Jim Tang It says record recon data historical precedents with Wilma also suggests a stronger back eye wall and TC's undergoing a baryonic interaction, wondering if nearby mid-level air enhances rates available for backside eyewall connection. And then there's data there about that scientific mumbo jumbo. I love Jim Tang. He's awesome. It says, wondering in this case if the winds in the backside eye wall might be stronger due to extended fetch over water. Naples Bonita Beach area likely slammed right now. And here is a picture that Jim Tang posted for Cape Coral. Look at that. Look at all, you see all these red dots? Those are all storm chasers. They're all hanging out, getting ready for landfall and intercepting the hurricane. Alright. And here we have from Taylor Wirtz, we have water creeping up the first floor of our hotel. Looks like the inside of the Titanic. Cars are fully underwater. That is pretty intense, man. Alright, we have from Stars Chasing, incredible violent eye wall of Hurricane Ian from Port Charlotte, frequent lightning, beastly roar, and transformers blowing everywhere. Let's take a look at this video. That was pretty intense. You saw a transformer blowing up in the distance, leaving flashing lights. That's how you'll see a lot of areas in the Florida region, because transformers are going to be blowing. So hopefully tonight we don't get to see a lot of flashes, but if we do, I'll cover it on my Twitter post so you guys can see videos of Twitter flashes. Almost every time that hurricanes happen, there's always a flash of some kind. Alright, from Justin Drake we say, can really see in this satellite loop what is supercharging Ian. Despite some shear, Ian is having a positive feedback interaction with a throw that is providing diffluence aloft via right entrance region of a jet stream and large outflow channel to the northwest. Let's take a look at this GIF if it shows. Alright, it doesn't show it. So pretty much it's showing the hurricane on the western side and all that throw showing blowing that wind and clouds right off into the jet stream off the Atlantic. Alright. We had a tornado warning for Hopla, Florida at 3:30 p.m. Also, this is quite funny. A lot of people have been going to the southernmost point and taking pictures or just posting the funniest stuff they can. Let's take a look here from Hurricane Man. It says, you gotta love the people in Florida Keys for the sense of humor. This guy here is on a bicycle with a scuba gear, with a scuba mask and a scuba tube, just sitting there at the southernmost point. That is hilarious. Alright. Continuing on. Look at from Puerto Rico Climate. Puerto Rico Climate puts a lot of good gifts. Look at the storm just approaching the western side of Florida. Just getting right there. Alright, we have from Jackson Huok. It says absolutely devastating surge ongoing at Diamond Head Beach Resort in Fort Myers Beach. Let's take a look at these images so you guys can see what is happening there. Look at that. Jeez, those cars are just floating away. Just floating in the water. Look at all the debris in the water. That is intense. Next picture, the car's just submerged in water up to halfway above the door, and another car in the distance over here just kind of floating in the distance. And then the water very high and very blurry. It must be really rainy and windy. Alright. Let's go for Warren Fadley. It says major surge destruction and water getting higher. Naples Beach area, Hurricane Ian. Let's take a look at this image. So you can see the water halfway up the buildings already. So any first floors will be pretty much destroyed or covered in water. Make sure if you're in the Florida Naples area to please stay at high ground, stay safe. It is very dangerous. Do not try and drive or do any heroics out there. Make sure you're hunkered down and stay safe in one area. Look at this image. We have buildings halfway or close to a little bit of halfway covered. Palm trees just blown, the wind just blowing them, and the water everywhere. Naples has been definitely hit hard. Alright, so we have Connor Croft at 2:30 p.m. Winds ramping up fast in the eye wall. Let's take a look at this video so you guys can see and experience. Alright guys, so that's pretty intense. The winds blowing debris down the road, and the hurricane hasn't even made landfall yet. This is just the winds from the storm before it goes on land. So it's pretty intense. Alright. Alright, we have a couple of really intense videos here. We have from News Kiss Kiss 007. Let's take a look at this footage. Alright guys, that is very intense footage. Alright, from Red 58, we have some water and a dock. Naples, Florida.
Woo! We're gonna lose the boat. Time to get out.
Alright guys, that was awful storm surge underway in Naples, Florida, with reports of cars floating down the streets. Hurricane Ian makes landfall. New York reporter, or WYN reporter. That is pretty intense. That storm is bringing all that rain to the possible boats and the dock area. The guy said that he could possibly lose the boats. So please be careful if you own boats. This storm is serious. Alright, we got from Lauren. It says Hurricane Naples, Florida, water coming up to the garage, into the house, and not getting better. Cars in the garage are fried. Let's take a look at the images of the inside of the home here. Look at that. That water's green, and that water is high. Already covered the stairs. Thank God that they're in the second floor and they're safe. But that's pretty intense, guys. Alright, next. We have also their outside porch. The stairs covered. The garage covered on the opposite side over there. So it is pretty intense. It's serious. Alright. Alright, this is Chris Florida tornado, which is he's with Reed Timmer. He's saying, FYI, location of the house we are at, as you can see, is San Isabel and Captiva at a natural buffer for wind and water. All right, let's take a look to see if I can find the Reed Timmer post, because he covered some awesome footage before he his car. Let's take a look at Reed Timmer's footage so you guys can see what he was going through.
Hurricane Ian coming over the wall, south side of Pine Island. Just ripping as the eye wall's bobbling in. All chance the eye might even come ashore. Look at the home here. Takes a lot of damage. Starting to inundate the bottom floor. This is it, everybody. Live from Pine Island. Hurricane Ian coming in. And that palm tree just ripping right now. Look at the palm tree just ripping right now. And Hurricane Ian, wave upon wave. This is how storm surge operates. One after another. Here, everybody, let's take the chairs now. Oh, yeah. That might be the car, everybody. Just the engine steps and be done. Peak storm surge right now. Hurricane Ian coming over the wall.
Alright guys, so Reed Timmer is amazing storm chaser. He was going and covering, the storm surge and everything, and then he tweeted, "Dominator core too much." You can't really tweet in a hurricane too accurately, and people were wondering what is happening. What does Dominator core too much mean? And basically it means that his car got covered in water, and he couldn't pull out his car. He couldn't pull out his car from the surge, so RIP Dominator 4 until they can assess the car and see if the car can be rescued. Dominator 4 right now is down. At least that's what I heard the last of. Here is Dominator 4 getting a saltwater bath from Chris for a tornado. Let's take a look at the video so you guys can see the car. I don't know if you can see too much, but you can see the red on this area right here, the top area. Well, the red is the gas tanks on top of Dominator 4, and then the rest is waves and the car right there in the middle. So let's play the video so you can see. It's a couple of seconds long. Alright guys, so pretty much the Dominator 4, or the Dom 4, which is a great car that has dents on it from hail, from Reed Timmer, is pretty much out of commission right now. But he is thankfully with Chris FL Tornado in a safe location, so they'll be able to get out and everything. It's just that his car, Reed's car, is pretty much done for right now. And I joked earlier, I had posted about it, I had joked that somebody should start a GoFundMe for Reed and to get a Dominator 5. Hopefully he gets a new car, or this one gets fixed. Who knows, maybe the Dom 4 will live again. Alright, next from Brad Habuda. A shark ended up in Fort Myers neighborhood during Hurricane Ian. Well, the meme finally came true, says Tom Schminata. Let's take a look at the video. There we have a shark pretty much chilling during a hurricane in the water. So the meme came true. Here's another image of it. Somehow a shark ended up in Fort Myers neighborhood during Hurricane Ian. That is quite hilarious. Alright. And then we have Jim Cantore doing what he does best. Great work, man. Let's take a look at this image or video. It's only a few seconds long, but it's Jim Cantore doing what he does best in the Weather Channel. Pretty much just standing, getting pushed by the wind. It says Zachary Hall watching the legend Jim Cantore do what he does best. Great work, man. I love Jim Cantore, Reed Timmer, all the hurricane chasers who go out there for the news and for the weather and just pretty much cover everything. Alright, guys, so I'm not going to make this live stream too long. Because there's not that much going on right now. Let's take a look at I'm gonna look at my live feed, see if there's anything new that came in. Alright, we got 6 minutes. Incredible view. Ian's eyes that approaches and makes landfall in Florida from Dakota Smith. Dakota Smith always bringing the great satellite videos. Look at that eye. Wow. That is intense. Alright. Let's see what else we have. We have Jim Tang. This is huge liability waiting to happen. What's the point? The Weather Channel to stop sending reporters to report on hurricanes. Hurricane Ian landfall imminent. A lot of reporters there trying to hold on the best they can as the wind blows at them. That is pretty intense. Alright, and here we have a guy. This is in Naples. The park and search has emerged into homes. This guy from Gartney Harvey just swimming inside his home. That's intense, guys. Just swimming inside his home with the water halfway through the windows. Please be safe out there, guys. This is quite intense. Alright. Alright, let's see if we find anything else before I turn off the live stream. And we have from International Space Station, just flew over Hurricane Ian. What a sight from space, from Corey Smith. Let's take a look at the images so we can see the beauty of Earth and Hurricane Ian covering Florida. Look at that. Wow. That is a big hurricane. That is a really big hurricane. And here we have from NASA the International Space Station and the hurricane in the distance. Alright, let me take a look at the live stream, see if there's any questions or any comments. Nope. Alright. Let's end it with the image of the hurricane going over Florida on the western side. If there's any other information covering when it makes landfall and it's inland, I will make a video on it. Alright, guys, let's end the live stream. Thank you so much for